The State Bank Big Game presents the Winfield Cup.
Hello there and welcome to a very sunny and warm Brookvale Oval for this Winfield Cup clash between Manly Warringah and Parramatta. After 3 rounds of the Premiership, Manly are on 5 points from 2 wins and a draw, and Parramatta, after their bye last weekend, have got 2.
Well, a solid start to the season by Manly Warringah, you must be happy.
Yes, Graham, we've got a bit of a roll on and I think everything's progressing satisfactorily, actually.
Parramatta always seem to be the side that creates a huge hurdle for Manly.
Yes, we've been going game for game, actually. Last year we beat them fairly convincingly at Parramatta Stadium, and they came out and beat us in the last round at Brookvale. And yes, it doesn't matter who seems to be wearing the blue and gold for Parramatta, but they always seem to come up with a fairly willing effort against us.
The Manly team today is Williams, Park, Shearer, O'Connor, Ronson, Meredith, Hasler, Vaughton captain, Gibbs, Barclay, Brokenshire, Cochrane and Daly. Arch rivals Parramatta's lineup is Atkins, Chalmers, Casato, Ella, Delroy, Jackson, Sterling is back at captain, Laurie, Muggleton, Wynn, Lillis, Sharp and Bugden. OK, well, emotionally I say Manly will win, but realistically it could be a very tough contest. Ronson's got possession from the kick-off and brought it back to the quarter line. The referee, of course, is Mr Mick Stone, very experienced man, as you'd expect. Gibbs in possession, just over the quarter line, midfield. The charge is coming. There's Daly running very close to the ruck, gets through another 5 metres. Cochrane will be living in that dummy half roll. Little bit of a knock-on or a fumble there. It's not a knock-on according to the referee. Vaughton gets a kick downfield. It's not a great kick, considering Manly have a lightish breeze at their back at the moment. Ella, the zip-zip man. I think that might be a little bit erroneous for him these days, the zip-zip man. I don't know that he's still got the same pace, and I understand reasons why. Jackson throwing dummies there, had Casato on the outside. This lanky young centre is a fine player. Win. Sharp at dummy half. Good strong defence coming in there. Michael O'Connor being the man to do the up and down tackle. Sterling's going for the kick downfield. It's a diagonal punt into the Manly quarter, picked up by Ronson. He's got himself back to the quarter line. Meredith away to Williams, the fullback. Yes, they're the lower grades, and read them and weep if you're a Manly supporter, because it was both Parramatta 24-19 in the under-23s, and that horrendous score. And didn't they play well, the Parramatta reserve grade, 25-6? Oh, yes. It's a lot of very nonplussed Manly supporters sitting around watching those 2 games. The kick downfield. Tony Chalmers, a very well-performed winger this year, going nicely. He's done everything asked of him this year. Just outside his quarter. Gibbs coming up there, watching him in the headgear. I'm no doubt that the referees will probably be keeping a little bit of a close eye on him too. Muggleton gets a nice pass away to Atkins. Atkins got it out there nicely on the wing, and is out to Chalmers, and he's up the sideline and taken into touch just about midway between the Manly quarter and the halfway line. Now there's the very good sprint and some good covering tackling coming across. Was he pushed over the sideline? The touch judge, having a good close look, puts the flag up. The referee didn't rule on that. It's in and out the Manly side. Hasler to Meredith, to Shearer. Shearer comes to Ella. Ella puts him down. Meredith, Williams, strong defence there. That's the Manly fullback. Some people are giving him the rap of being the second Edie. I think it's a bit early for that, Graham Hughes.
Far too early for that. You know, the man was one of the greats of the game, and that's a silly statement.
Hasler, midfield, on the surge, up towards the halfway. Came under a head-high tackle, then a swinging arm. Out to Vaughton. Vaughton pops a pass to Meredith. Meredith's up on the fly. Kicks ahead. Has he taken out of the play? The referee may rule on it. The ball may stop. It's just going to stop at the end goal. Oh, there was a frantic chase for the ball, and Chalmers has saved the day for Parramatta. Chalmers saved the day. The replay there will show it. The State Bank replay. Meredith there, taken out of the play slightly. A bit of a shoulder charge, but of course the player standing in front doesn't have to get out of his way. He's got to go round them, but that's where the ball stopped, and Chalmers was just there to save the day. Still no score in the match. We've had 15 minutes. We've had plenty of action. 78 goals in 1986. Now that is what you'd call a real mess of goals. Manly in possession, just their own side of the halfway line. Barclay. If you're in doubt who Barclay is, he's not one of the best known players in the competition. You'll pick him out with that big blue strapping on the right leg. Gibbs forcing his way through the edge of the ruck on the halfway line. Cochrane, Hasler, Vaughton. Long cut-out pass. That was a bit dangerous to Michael O'Connor. Michael O'Connor turns it back into Park. The young fella's doing everything well, everything competently. O'Connor up the blind side. Good step. And he's earned himself a penalty. Some of the Parramatta players on the blind side were having a little bit of a rest, a little bit of a, to use an Australianism, a little bit of a bludge, and O'Connor was quick enough to pick that up, that if they tackled him inside the area where they were and Stone was on the job, he'd get a penalty. Park running crossfield, and the step again. Cochrane, broken share. Good strong running from this young fella who could become a very good player for this Manly team. Away to Gibbs. Just tried to get Meredith on the end of that pass. Couldn't get his arms free. Cochrane. Barclay, only about 4 metres out. It's gone to Cochrane. Cochrane gets it to Ronson. Ronson loses it. It's gone back infield. The referee says last tackle coming up. Now Vaughton's adopted the first position on the ruck. It's an awful pass. Terrible pass, but the referee plays the advantage rule because Vaughton kicked the ball ahead even though he knocked it on. Good referee. Muggleton on the blind side of the ruck. Wynn running backwards. And the referee, Mick Stone, moves in. Hasler was appealing, not Hasler, I think it was Vaughton was appealing to the referee on that occasion for something. Well, the ball came out of his grasp. I think he's deduced that Vaughton stole it from him. The penalty takes them 10 metres back from the halfway line. Still no score. Coming up towards the 20-minute mark. Ella. Directly in the middle of the field. Bugden, Muggleton, Lillis. Just over the halfway line. Sharp. Laurie. Sharp still using the blind side. Away to Muggleton. Tackle him about 8 metres, 10 metres out from the Manly quarter. Casato. Oh, very close to being through. Hasler was round his boots. Sharp. Sterling runs at the Manly defence. It'll grab a kick being put in. I think he was aiming at the goalpost. And Williams was able to ground it in goal. That'll be a line dropout to restart the play for Manly. I got a distinct impression that Sterling was aiming directly at that left-hand upright then, trying to get a ricochet. Did you have that impression, Graham, Hughes?
Well, he's always spot on when he does those kicks into the in-goal area. What Manly's got to come up with, of course, is Des Hasler, Paul Vaughton and Darryl Williams between them. Got to read the play, drop in behind that defensive line on either the 4th or 5th tackle.
Casato in possession, about 8 metres out from the quarter. Jackson runs from dummy half. Hasler's there with Martin Meredith. Ella works the blind side. Oh, Bugden throws it back to the Manly defence. And that will be a scrum. He did everything he could to regather, and by heavens, he did regather. So there he goes, he's lost it, he charges through again, knocks the Manly player out of the way and comes up with the ball. So you make an error and you rectify it like that, your coach is not going to be terribly unhappy. There's a differential penalty against Cochrane, feet across. About 19 minutes gone, still no score. That crowd even grown since the game started. They're standing up right round the back now. It could be somewhere in the area of 18,000. Handy crowd. Parramatta. Willis on the charge. He's about 9 metres out to Sharp. Laurie puts it down. The pressure's off. No pressure there for him. There was no Manly player in adjacent position. Darley runs from dummy half and goes well. Gets it up to the corner. Adopting a Ray Price swivel on that occasion. Now broken share. He's twin in the Manly team. The other prop takes over. It's back to Williams. That kick has gone off the side of his boot. Why Atkins didn't attempt to take that, I'll never know. He's tackled and put down about 11 metres out from his quarter. Got up and played it back to Chalmers, the winger. He's evaded one tackle, two, and brings it back 15 yards. A fine run. Sharp. Win! Run himself right into a gap. Manly defence slow to react. I notice Vaughton, the Manly locker, standing very wide. He's out between the centres. There's another error. It's given to Williams. Williams adopts the business of trying to go round Muggleton and succeeded with a bit of footwork. Barclay, Hasler, Meredith, Vaughton, overlap on the right. There it is out to Park. Park goes up the sideline, gets it back into O'Connor. O'Connor, Park's there. Park can't get his pass on the inside to Vaughton. Great tackle by Jackson, puts him down. Vaughton, away to Meredith. That was offside, I thought. The referee's playing on. Shearer goes straight and hard. Manly on the rampage at the moment. Great football in the three quarters. Out to Hasler. Hasler on to Gibbs. Gibbs straightens it up. Takes it back, gets the pass on to Barclay. And Barclay will go close. He's there. Barclay's there beside the post for Manly. The Manly backs really flying on that occasion. Used it beautifully out the left. See it again on the State Bank replay, and you'll agree. This is the end of it. You'll see Gibbs come and straighten it up with a big right foot step. Goes straight and hard, pops the ball back inside to Barclay. And Barclay sights the line. The defence comes and he powers his way just over beside the upright. Graham Hughes.
Excellent piece of football by Ronnie Gibbs. The defence was caught napping. Nobody back on the inside. That's not normally the case for Parramatta. Somebody was well and truly asleep, but good backing up from Barkley.
Yes, you can't complain about that one. We're seeing it from the low level angle. Now watch the big right foot step of Gibbs, change direction. I've gone to Barclay. Despite the strapping on the knee, he's still an extraordinarily quick player. Played on the wing for Eastern Suburbs. And there he is, in for a try. 26 years of age, a born-again footballer, has been around a bit, and now he's so pumped up he's telling the rest of the players what to do. The missed tackle situation would be a bit of a horror for the John Money Parramatta coach as Cochrane comes in. The kick is successful, so after 21 minutes, Manly 6, Parramatta 4. That missed tackle situation, Parramatta have missed 11, Manly 4. So thereby hangs a tail. Back to halfway they come. This is by no means the end of the section. There's plenty of football left in this match. 21 minutes gone as Muggleton strikes the ball. Williams there. Oh, loses it behind him. No knock-on, says the referee. Gone to Ronson. He brings it back to the quarter, evades another tackle. Gets to his feet and plays it forward. There was no marker there. He's still going. So he's made a net 18 yards there. That's extraordinary through the Parramatta pack. Brokenshire on the charge. That's good stuff from the young fella. Yes, the crowd love a try here at Manly, and he's a young, strong boy with a lot to learn. Hasler's going to elect to run. He's done that. He's popped a pass to Meredith. It's gone forward. It's come off the leg. The pass has gone to Cochrane. Cochrane goes there with a big right foot step, and he's going to score a try, is he? No, Chalmers has saved the day. What a desperate tackle and what great cover. Here's the Manly side on the right, and I believe Ronson's in. Hasler's in. Hasler's in. He was adopting a wing position there, and suddenly we've got Manly away with a 10-point lead and a kick at goal to follow. Now, the interesting thing about that was way back. And we'd like to take our replay back further on one occasion if we could, because the referee, Mick Stone, was adamant that there was a ball passed that came off the foot. It came from Hasler and his attempt to get it to Meredith. Now there's Hasler, and obviously the ball was knocked forward off the leg, according to the referee Stone. Cochrane did the juggle act, and then the big step, and away to the right, and watch Chalmers. He sprinted 30 yards to put him down, a metre short. There was little cover left for Parramatta. Barclay went to dummy half, shot the ball hard out on the right to Hasler in a wing position, and over he goes. Graham, here's dramatic happenings there. Stone was right in line with that. How was your view of the pass from Hasler to Meredith?
Well, I think he called it true when he said the ball came off the Manly player's leg, but I really did think that the pass from Hasler to Martin Meredith was still a touch forward.
Okay. Now Cochrane, with Manly a 10-point lead, 2 tries in the space of about 3 minutes. Cochrane right on the junction of the quarter and the sideline, strikes it. Whatever wind there is with him. And it's a very good-looking kick, but just away to the left. So that score remains as it was. Manly winning at 10, Parramatta 0. That's an ordinary kick. It came off the side of his foot. So even the world's best halfback, arguably, can occasionally do something not quite kosher. Penalties, Para 5, 4 straight they've had, Manly 2. Sharp, a dummy half, Sterling, Muggleton, away to Wynn. Wynn through a gap, racing towards the corner, gets it to Jackson. It's a good run, it's a good run, it's a good run, and it's finally out to Chalmers, and they've locked him off over the sideline. Williams came in with a strong bit of defence, and Hasler was there at the end. There's the run, with Jackson getting the turn-back ball in from Wynn. Went strongly, Williams was there, got it into Chalmers, and there's Hasler to get him dispossessed and over the sideline. That's out the Manly side. Hasler, slow motion there. 10 minutes exactly to go. Manly leading 10 points to 0. And Hasler in need of succour. He's down. I'm not surprised. I think Manly were under a bit of pressure there during that wind break. And he might be just doing a little bit of play acting to give his team a breather. So close to their line. Yes, there's the scrum situation. Manly 4-1. The penalties, conversely, Parramatta's favour 5-2, and they've had the last 4. Now the Manly trainer the Manly trainer has been sent off. I'm glad I'm not reporting a Manly player being sent off, but the man who brings the messages and carries the water has just been told to, what's the old schoolboy expression, Graham Hughes? POW. Or POQ, is it? I've forgotten.
I'll leave it to you.
Right. Parramatta 21 missed tackles in one half of football. Not quite a half of football. That's astonishing. Manly 5. Well, Hasler's okay. This is the first tackle. Oh, and Daly's given it straight back to the Parramatta now in a good attacking position. Often happens after a stoppage in play, an extended stoppage. Sterling away to Muggleton, throws the dummy. Trying to come back on the inside there. Sterling away to Wynn, and there's a penalty. Wynn and Hasler. Hasler being penalised. They will have to take the kick at goal. It would be, in my view, very bad captaincy were they not to. So Muggo, as he's affectionately known. Johnny Muggleton, 1982 Kangaroo. Forward, back, and now forward again. A man of many parts and many talents. to take this kick from 15 metres out at about 20 metres off centre. The breeze, according to the flags at the southern end of the ground, is just a touch more than it was, blowing across his kick. But from there, if he aims just inside the left-hand upright, that will be sufficient. He struck that beautifully. It didn't deviate. It's a perfect kick. And with 8 minutes to go to half-time, Parramatta are on the board. Manly winning at 10, Parramatta 2. Parramatta come up with a scrum when we've got about 4.5 minutes to go. 10-2, Manly lead. Spinning it out to Atkins. Casato. Just trying to get on the outside of his man all the time, and that's not on. There's a penalty against Manly for inside the 5. Delroy, who hasn't featured much in the game today. That's the 6th straight penalty to the Parramatta side. Strange how the penalties run in different games. Now Hunt on the quarter. Lillis. 15 metres out. Sharp. Sterling. Muggleton. Wynn. Been in danger. Jackson's there. He's been let go. And again he goes very close to scoring. He's only about a metre out. Parramatta got Manly on the rack at the moment. There's a penalty. And 5 minutes in the sin bin to Martin Meredith for a professional foul. So Meredith off. That was for holding down the player, deliberately running offside, or some other conduct unbecoming an officer and a gentleman, a metre from the line. You're watching the replay. There's Meredith wrestling with Jackson and patently making a meal of it. Moves in now. Struck that well. So Parramatta not in such a parlous state as they were 10 minutes ago. With about a minute and a half to go to half-time, it's Manly 10, Parramatta 4. Cochrane coming back to halfway. Vaughton asking the referee Mick Stone some questions. Still chatting. Cochrane's driven that towards the sideline. Casato comes out over the quarter. Delroy. Sharp. Atkins. Bumps off a tackler. Gets towards the halfway line. A couple of Manly players starting to miss a few tackles right now. On the blind side goes Sterling. Out to Delroy. Back on the inside to Delroy. Steps, weaves. Defence emerges. Gibbs was there. Sterling. Sharp. That pass looked forward. That was a metre forward. Referee not well positioned to see that. Last tackle coming up to Sterling. He's kicked that back. It's going to be an interesting one if the bounce is not on, and Williams was equal to the task with about, well, seconds only to go to the half-time break. Well, there's the hooter at the half-time break. We've got a scoreline that reads Manly bring it 10, Parramatta 4. The try scorers for Manly have been Des Hasler and Ian Barclay. The goal has been kicked by Mel Cochrane. The Parramatta points have come from 2 penalty goals to John Muggleton, 10-4. Well, both sides back on the field now, recapitulating the score. Manly 10, Parramatta 4. And Graham Hughes, I think the most telling factor that's come out of this game is the very heavy penalty count that's running against Manly at the moment. They're 8-2, and the last 7 have gone to Parramatta. So that's something that Bob Fulton will have certainly hammered into his team at half-time.
Very heavy penalty count against Manly, but I feel they've only got themselves to blame. By the way, there's no changes to either side, of course. Themselves to blame as we see the kick-off here from Mick Stone for this second 40 minutes. What they've got to do is really retain possession. I was waiting in the last 10 minutes of that first half for them really to deliver the final blow to Parramatta and put them to sleep for this game. They've had plenty of opportunities, and they just keep on putting the ball on the deck.
OK, well, we'll see what they can do in this second 40 minutes. As Parramatta in possession at the moment, just outside their quarter. Laurie, the lock forward, getting up and playing it. He's had a pretty useful game too. Wynn has been their most damaging forward. And I suggest that there would have been a bit of chat in the Manly side at half-time about the way the marker is not watching the dummy half running, because there's been some very long runs made by Parramatta very close to the ruck. So the last tackle coming up with Parramatta about 5 metres short of the halfway line. Up to Delroy. Delroy goes to Sterling, kicks it straight down the middle of the field. Williams should get to it on the first bounce. He does that. Trying to run it back. He evades. No, he doesn't. There was a limpet-like grip came in there from Casato. Ronson belted to the ground there by Muggleton. Williams. Vaughton looking for support. He's got it out to Michael O'Connor, who's up over the quarter line. And young Park was unable to get himself positioned on the inside to take a pass there. Now Barclay with a good step. Comes back to within about 8 metres of the halfway line. Gibbs. He's had some damaging runs. And there's a penalty. That's the first penalty for 7 penalties. The previous 7 have all gone to Parramatta. That makes it 8-3 in Parramatta's favour. The scrums, 4-2, 1 against the feed, all in Manly's favour. The penalties I've given you. Handling errors, Manly 11, Parramatta 7. Missed tackles, Parramatta 22, Manly 10. That's a fairly significant... There's the pass being knocked down by Cochrane, and it's fallen on by Muggleton. Bit of careless football there. Inability there again. They're making an inroad right from the dummy half position. Manly players turning their back on that situation. Sterling. Is Wynn coming close to it? Meredith's back on again. He's had his 5 minutes in the bin. Well, Muggleton's head was jolted back then, but it wasn't from a fist or anything. It was just the jolt of a shoulder coming in hard. Jackson. Cochrane was all over him like a black death there. Delroy. Sterling looking for the kick downfield. Nicely taken by Park, about 10 metres out from his line. He's going to come across here, and he's well tackled. His body jolted and contorted there. It was Atkins, the fullback, who brought him undone. Meredith evades one tackle, skips out of another. Comes up towards the quarter line. Hasler, there's a great big yawning gap out there. If Barclay can get it out wide, he's pushed one off. Got a pass out to O'Connor. It's gone out to Park. Park's up the sideline. Sharp won't get to him. He's looking on the inside. Gets a pass there to O'Connor. O'Connor gets a pass to Shearer, and Shearer drops the ball right on the line. Oh, butchering a try. Great work there by Park. O'Connor. There's on the State Bank replay, Park really showing a clean pair of heels. You couldn't expect the hooker Sharp to get to him. He got his pass in nicely to O'Connor. O'Connor got a one-handed pass away to Shearer, and Shearer couldn't do anything about it. That's the try line there. Hunt is caught by the leg. Got it back to Delroy. He's not going anywhere. There's tons of defenders. Sharp, a slow trot back. He's been winded or hurt in the play upfield. Up the blind side comes Wynn yet again. Those passes looks decidedly shocking. Did that one appear to you? It was almost in front of you, Graham Hughes. Well,
they are very, very line ball decisions for the referee, but Parramatta are starting to hit the ball up strongly. They keep on hanging in there in games like this. They're gaining 5-10 metres every time the forwards take the ball up. And Peter Sterling, well, he's got the breeze at his back. The pressure's on Manly Warringah, as I said at the start of the second half. they've only got themselves to blame with the number of balls that they've spilled throughout this match. They should be in a better position than they are. What they've got to do is just start taking it up forward in the forwards like Parramatta. There are plenty of gaps out wide in a very reshuffled back line of the Eels.
All right, the scrum, a critical one. It's in, and it's out the Manly side. I reckon that Laurie, the Parramatta lock forward, was out of that scrum before the ball was. Vaughton, away to Shearer. Stands in a tackle. Martin Meredith up to the quarter. He's lost the football. It really is too bad. It really is too bad. Manly are not playing like a side that are intent on winning the game. Again, an inroad made very close to the ruck. Well, he's got him hitting it up close to the dummy half situation. Sometimes the passes are no more than a yard and a half off. Sharp running from dummy half. Sucking the Manly forwards in. Sterling's looking for a go on the open side here. Gets it out to Delroy and he's upended unceremoniously. Last tackle coming up. Sterling's on the blind. It'll grab a kick through. Might be too hard. Williams gets to it. Grounds it in goal. So a good attacking procedure there by Peter Sterling and his team. There's the Williams save on the State Bank replay. Yes, Graham Hughes.
Michael O'Connor's moved out here to the right wing for Manly. It was a great tackle brought off just a few minutes ago by David Ronson, who's now moved into the centre. Of course, O'Connor had his right foot heavily strapped early in the game.
OK, Atkins feels it. 10-4 the score. We've had about 15 minutes of play. Manly leading. Sharp. Through the middle of the ruck again, close to the ruck. Whoever the marker is, the dummy half in the Manly side, when they're not in possession, has got to be aware that they're running from that position. And they're his men when they run. Sterling holds the pass up to Ford. Well, Manly looking decidedly brittle at the moment. Sharp goes from dummy half. Oh, and he's hit hard by Broken Chair. That was a top head-on tackle. Win. Sterling. Jackson. Jackson's in. No. Lost the ball in goal. Play on, says the ref. No. The referee saying quarter line dropout. That's the ruling he's made. Cochrane can't get to him, but Daly can with a heavy back slam. Sterling. Forward. Wrong foot's Gibbs. Well, I got to say, it's a much more adventurous and professional Parramatta side in the second half than Manly. They were showing a vast amount of brittleness at the moment, inability to retain possession, and forwards not taking over when they should do. Sterling popped a pass nicely to Jackson. Jackson's into the clear. He's beaten Williams. He's got to pass away. It'll be a try. No! 1 metre short. 1 metre short of the line. The last tackle coming up as Tony Casado gets to his feet. Sterling pops a pass. The referee will rule on that. It was not forward, propelled forward, but how close it was. It's all Parramatta at the moment. Sterling sucked the defence to him, tried to get it away to Jackson. The pass went straight ahead. Now we've got Cliffy Lyons coming on. And Vaughton's coming off. Yes, Des Hasler as skipper, Graham Hughes. That's, in your view, a good decision?
Well, Des is a man that's going to come up with a terrific effort as we go into these crucial last 20 minutes. He's a man that's been trying to head this football up the middle of the field and get this Manly side headed in the right direction. But what they've got to do is start supporting each other with the ball. They can't keep on running one out. And unfortunately, out of their own 22, it's been the likes of Hasler and Martin Meredith hitting this ball up for the Eagles. It's got to be the forwards. They've got to start to lift their game.
Well, by that token, I'm of the opinion the captaincy should have been given to one of the forwards for that very reason.
Well, Des is right behind them. He's the man that's going to be screaming at them. They should be, well, they're first-grade footballers. They should know better themselves. They just got to lift their game.
Well, the Manly forwards have gone quiet. They haven't even reluctant to run with the ball in their own quarter there. They were Martin Meredith and Hasler had to take it up on 2 occasions. Now, that's just not on. There are 6 forwards, and they should be talking to each other and giving each other a turn at clearing the ball. Oh, there's Gibbs come up with a bad knock on his snatch at the football. Lyons will get to it. And now Gibbs has maybe rectified the situation by coming up with the ball, but that is more bad play by Parramatta. There was a ball lying there on the ground for long enough for it to be cleaned up. But Gibbs, to his credit, does get up, as you'll see, chase the ball and suddenly realise he can rectify the situation, which he does. Now the scrum to be fed by Peter Sterling. It's out the Manly side, second win against the feed. Laurie picks off Hasler as he comes with a sprint. Lyons goes in behind the defence again and runs strongly, gets it up to the corner. Hasler, Meredith, Barclay. Barclay can't get released there. He's looked to get a one-handed pass away. Meredith, Hasler, picked off with a good tackle again. Laurie, mentioned his name repetitively in this telecast. Meredith pops a pass to Cochrane. Cochrane away to Hasler. Hasler got a pass out there to Michael O'Connor. It's out to Ronson. Ronson looking for support. Gets it back inside to Barclay. Barclay on the surge. He's only about a metre out. Great defence by Parramatta. Cochrane runs from dummy half. A long cut-out pass. It goes to Martin Meredith. The kick in behind the defence. Where's the ball? The ball is still there. I think it's a try. No, referee Stone says knocked on. A head-on shot would show that fairly clearly. That's exactly what we're getting. Martin Meredith got the chip in behind them. The little grubber there was the ball rolling through, but the referee adjudicated that Mike Eden had actually grounded the ball first time up. But you can't go much closer than that. Well-judged kick by Sterling. There's a few of these Manly forwards, Graham Hughes, should be booked for loitering.
Well, I wouldn't be that harsh. It's extremely. You are, and it's extremely hot out there. They've started with their game in this last set of six.
You said it a minute ago. They're first-grade footballers.
Well, they are, and
some of them have gone to sleep in this second half.
Well, they started to come back to life there now, and they've got a great opportunity with another set of 6 tackles.
Here we go out to Park on the left. He's going to score a try. Oh yes! Steve Park brings the Manly crowd alive with a magnificent sprint up the sideline. And that, with about 17 minutes to go, takes the score on to 14 points to 4. The State Bank replay. And you will enjoy the look of this as Michael O'Connor weaved his magic up the left, sucked the defence to him, gave the ball out to young Park, who I must criticise for carrying the ball in the wrong arm. But nonetheless, he didn't have any defensive players close to him. Here's O'Connor with that lovely weaving, stepping run of his, and the timing of the pass was superb. Now, I just raised the point of the wrong arm because had Park to use a fend, obviously would have to change the ball to the other arm, so he needs to just be told about that. But he's played 2 first-grade games now, and he scored 2 tries. A policeman in the local area, came from the Forestville Junior League, only 22 years of age, and he gets a round of applause for that one. Now Michael O'Connor hasn't been a great day's goal kicking for Cochrane. He kicked 50 goals in 86, did Michael O'Connor, and kicked a package of them over there in the Kangaroo Tour. 10 metres in from the sideline, strikes it, and it is unsuccessful. So I think we've only had 1 success from the Manly side today from about 5 attempts. It's in and out cleanly, the Parramatta side. Sterling, Jackson, Atkins, the winger, the fullback chiming in. Ford, away to win. He's created a bit of trouble when he's come close to the ruck today, Graham.
He's played very, very well. Parramatta would have been in a bigger hole than they're in now, if not for him and also Mark Laurie.
Yes, Laurie's had a top game too. Here they come on the blind side. Sharp trying to use his pace, and he's got enough, and his strength, and he's got enough of that too. Sterling. Casado. Oh, and what a great tackle by Gibbs, right around the boots. Sterling. Well, the pass has been thrown. It may have even been knocked on. No, it was touched in flight. Lillis has fallen on it, and Darley's fallen on Lillis. Casado, they're only about 9 metres out from the Manly line. Probing, Laurie stands in a tackle, gets it away there to Lillis, about 2 metres out. Bit short-handed on the right-hand side of the park of Manly. There's Sterling. Wynn trying to hurdle his way through. Plays it forward. Who's got it? Well, that's going to be a line dropout. So Wynn got up and played the ball forward, and the ball was grounded in the in-goal area, so it'll be a line dropout. Obviously grounded by a Manly player there. 12 minutes to go. Atkins, Delroy. Went through one tackle and under a high tackle. About 7 metres out from the Manly quarter. Lee Beater, number 26. Replacement. Awful pass, beautifully picked up there by Peter Ford. Sterling. Jackson, all-embracing tackle from Gibbs. Arms locked to the side. Wynn again. He really has put in a big effort today, Sterling. Little kick over the top. Williams comes up with it. And that's the bomb, so of course that's a start, a restart from the quarter. See it again, he was under enormous pressure here too, Williams. Leaps high, took it well, back to the opposition, came down hard. It's out to O'Connor. The kick over the top. He might get to this, he does. Beautiful football, gets a pass back into Cochrane. Cochrane's got support on the outside, but he's going to go on with it himself. Oh yeah! All the magnificent skills of Michael O'Connor there with a desperately tired Parramatta three-quarter line. Couldn't foot it with him. And we'll show you again and enjoy showing you the marvellous footwork of Michael O'Connor. The deft kick, the beautiful ability to evade people, the timing of the pass perfect into one of the fastest hookers in Sydney Rugby League, perhaps in the world. Cochrane, who was a back as an Australian under-19 representative. Well, there he goes. So the scoreline coming along handsomely to Manly, 20 points to 4. And of more significance is the fact that they've scored 4 tries to 0. We must, and it would be unfair not to remind people watching this match that Parramatta have a number of players out injured at the moment, and that is a situation that all sides go through at different times. Okay, we appear to have a replacement on there at the moment, number 31.
Jeremy Ticehurst out there replacing David Ronson.
Barclay. Meredith drops the ball. It's going to be play on. No, it's not. It's going to be bring it back, says the referee. There were enough knock-ons in that lot for a game. Jeremy Ticehurst in 31. Inside that last 5 minutes. Hasler, Meredith, still Laurie, tackling to the end. Lyons, away to Barclay. He's tackled about 15 metres out from the Parramatta line. The score is 20-4 in Manly's favour. Cochrane claps on the pace. Ticehurst is there as dummy half. Hasler's calling for it. Gibbs getting an assist there. Did a great big goose step to get himself going forward, and he was assisted in the tackle. Daly threw the dummy there and went and gained about 5 metres. Hasler, the cutout pass out to Barclay. Barclay's in! Barclay off a Hasler pass in. And he's had a top game in attack today. His pace has been a worry to the Parramatta side constantly. To the big step, the swerve off the left foot. dispossessed himself of 2 defenders and over for the try. A lovely pass. Must have been something in the order of 20 metres, that pass. His second try, Graham Hughes.
All too easy, but Ian Barkley has had a great game for Manly Warringah today. We do hark back to the first clash Parramatta of the season, Balmain versus the Eels. I said it then that this Parramatta side really is just a ghost of the team of 1986 without Ray Price and Michael Cronin.
Michael O'Connor, 1 from 2. He'd love to kick them from here all day long. He's only 10 metres out, not quite 10. And he gets his second goal. So that scoreline now is becoming an embarrassment. Manly 26, Parramatta 4. I had an ominous feeling about this game today when the under-23s went down with a late surge from the Parramatta side, and then the reserve grade were donkey-licked and never looked in it. I thought, my heavens, it's going to be on again. Ticehurst, replacement, back to the quarter. Obviously, Bob Fulton, the Manly coach, is blooding Ticehurst with a view to involvement in first grade for some time. There's the hooter. So the scoreline reads this way. Manly Warringah, 5 tries and 3 goals, 26 points. Parramatta, 4 points, 2 goals. There are the try scorers. Barclay 2, Hasler, Park and Cochrane. Cochrane 1 goal, O'Connor 2. The Parramatta side unable to score a try. Only 2 goals. They were from Muggle.